favorites in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Oklahoma's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Got the quick pass. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Tight end now in motion. They'll go to the ground. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that could run the football, be physical. It all started there.
The give to the tailback.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Pulls and throws out the RPO. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Wants to throw. It's Mateer. The short hands. It's Sategna. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Unloads to the wideout. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! The old Larynx is
college football, the individual chance. And when you get going early, when you get going and get this crowd going in a game, and they can be a big part of it, man, it energizes the whole team. And you hear what in this stadium, Reese?
Boomer!
Sooner!
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Grab near the marker, it's Bernard. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The late hit moves the ball up 15 yards. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Makes the grab, it's Williams. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught over the middle, it's Cuevas. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Fires into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
3rd down, red zone play. Well alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate, that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. He'll do it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Mateer. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. From the shotgun, the inside give. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lewis. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. They'll try the left side. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make a stop.
It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Mateer. Time to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Cuevas. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Adams. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bernard. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce.
It's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll leave it with him. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Hines on the move. Grabbed in the middle. It's Horton. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown tie.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to the 26. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Got it on the outside, it's Burks.
Beautiful job by the wide receiver because he knew where the first down sticks were and he adjusted his route accordingly.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Catch in the middle, it's Lewis. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curler.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Going right to work up top. Got it in the middle, it's Bernard. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in, it's Bernard. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
What a tremendous job in coverage by that DB. He just stayed in the receiver's hip pocket, then able to locate the football and swat it away.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. They'll immediately call timeout. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the refs. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Makes the quick grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Bernard. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncovered.
Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. With the catch, it's Bernard. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. It's a draw. Slithers into space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Young. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Caught in the backfield, it's Cuevas. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Looking to throw at Simpson. Takes a hit as he fires. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Looking for a crease. It's Ott. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. Handoff from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Catch in the middle. It's Burks. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the catch on the left. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Looking to throw at Simpson. That's caught. It's Williams. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Breaks into the open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him, let somebody else beat me. Not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got an open man. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Release to the back. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Off play action. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to be open. Nice job by the QB seeing it, delivering the strike with the great protection.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. Talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Nestled just inside that right upright. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
That's reeled in. It's Sategna. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. He uncorks one deep. He's got it down the right side.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The play-action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Going for it all. He took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels, not able to connect with the quarterback.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
Big-time kick right there, man. Fourth quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. You got to get a stop or two more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
Look out, he's got room. There he goes. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. Power ahead. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Pressure coming. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And after taking the lead, guys, we still have a big finish coming. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. From the gun, give on the inside. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air, it's Mateer. Caught near the sticks, it's Burks. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Second down, he'll throw it. The sure hands, it's Gibson. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, it's hard. It's the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete.
After that incompletion, you really got to think about this if you're the offensive coordinator. Now, you're already in field goal position. You're already in a spot where you can kick a field goal and just win this game. So with the play calling, you want to think about running the ball, bleeding the clock, using timeouts. If you are going to throw it, they've got to be high percentage throws. You cannot take sacks, and you absolutely cannot turn the ball over.
And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. Dead center perfect. Big celebration, understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the
about the kicker coming through in a must-have moment. They had to have this kick to take the lead late in the ball game. All the pressure, give me all the pressure, and he comes through in the clutch.
That last field goal put them on top. They're feeling good, but they can't relax yet. Have to cover this kickoff well. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Fires to the big fella. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great